A long time ago, before Earth had oceans or mountains, there was a place called Heaven. It was super bright, full of sparkly lights and happy songs. Colours danced like rainbows, and everything felt warm and safe. In the middle was a big glowing throne, shining like the sun. Angels with shiny wings flew around, singing songs that made everyone smile. The best angel was Lucifer, called the Morning Star. His wings were like rainbows, and his voice was so sweet it made the stars twinkle. He was super smart and seemed perfect. Everyone loved him. But one day, a tiny thought popped into his head. I'm so great. Why can't I rule the heavens? It was a small thought, like a little seed, but it was the start of pride. Lucifer still smiled and sang the best of all the angels, but inside he wanted to be bigger than the one who created him. That tiny seed of pride started to grow, and it made a little crack in heaven's perfect peace. Nobody saw it yet, but it was there, waiting to cause trouble. Heaven was still a perfect place to be, but something new was stirring in Lucifer's heart. He started to think he didn't need to follow the rules. He wanted to shine brighter than the throne itself. That thought was like a spark that could start a fire. Lucifer was the brightest angel, but his heart was starting to change. He didn't know it yet, but that little spark would lead to a big problem for all of heaven. The songs kept going, the lights kept shining, but something wasn't quite right anymore. Lucifer walked around heaven's shiny streets, talking to other angels. His voice was very soothing to the ears of the angels, like hearing your favorite song, but his words were tricky. Don't you think we should be free? He asked. Why does only one person get to be in charge? Some angels didn't like his ideas and flew away, feeling worried. Others stopped and listened. They thought, maybe Lucifer's right. His words made them curious, and curiosity can grow fast when mixed with pride. Lucifer told them they could be leaders, not just helpers. He said they could have their own thrones. More angels started to follow him. They called themselves the Morning Legion. They met in secret places where the throne's light was dim. Lucifer whispered, "We can be great if we work together." Meanwhile, another angel named Michael noticed something was wrong. The songs in heaven weren't as happy. The flowers didn't look as bright. Michael was heaven's captain, and he loved keeping everyone safe. He watched Lucifer's group grow and felt a chill, like a cold wind. He hoped the angels would remember to be kind, but Lucifer's words were like seeds planted in their hearts. Those seeds were growing into doubt. The angels who followed Lucifer started to question everything. They didn't sing as loudly anymore. Heaven was still beautiful, but it felt different. Michael knew something big was coming, but he didn't know what to do yet. He just watched and waited, hoping the angels would choose the right path. Lucifer's group got bigger every day. In secret spots far from the throne's light, he taught them how to fight. They practiced with fiery swords and learned to fly like the wind, like riding thunder. Lucifer said, "You're not just angels, you're future kings and queens." Some angels were scared. They thought, what if we get in trouble? But Lucifer smiled and said, "Follow me, and you'll never need to worry." Their shiny halos turned sharp, and their light got hot, like a summer day. They called themselves the Morning Legion, and they felt unstoppable. Up in heaven's bright plazas, Michael saw the changes. The gardens started to droop, and the music sounded off, like a piano out of tune. He knew Lucifer was planning something big. The Morning Legion was ready to fight for a new throne, one where Lucifer would be the Lord of Lords. Some angels still sang beautiful songs, but others whispered and looked nervous. Michael prayed they'd change their minds, but pride is hard to stop. Lucifer's army grew bigger, and they hid in the shadows, getting ready. Heaven used to be all about peace and love, but now it felt like a storm was coming. The air was heavy, and even the stars seemed to flicker with worry. Michael stood by the throne, ready to protect it, but he hoped it wouldn't come to a fight. One day, Michael walked into the throne hall. His armor sparkled, but his face was disappointed. He said, "Lucifer is planning something bad." All the angels stopped singing. They couldn't believe it. Lucifer walked in, calm and smiling. "I'm not bad," he said. "I just want things to be fair. Why should only one person be the boss?" His words sounded nice, but they were full of pride. Michael shook his head. "You don't want fairness," he said. "You want to be in charge and push everyone else down." The throne glowed, but it looked dim. A big voice, deeper than anything, said, "Lucifer, you're choosing a bad path." Lucifer didn't care. He spread his shiny wings and shouted, "I'll show you all I'm the best." The angels gasped. Nobody had ever talked like that before. The peaceful feeling in heaven was gone. Michael held his sword tight, ready to protect everyone. Lucifer's words made some angels think, but others knew he was wrong. God didn't get mad. It just waited, letting everyone choose what to do because everyone has a choice to serve him or not. Lucifer's pride was out in the open now. There were no more secrets. Heaven felt quiet, like the moment before a big storm. Everyone knew something huge was about to happen, and it wouldn't be good. Lucifer changed into a giant dragon with red and gold scales that glowed like fire. They waved swords made of flames. Michael didn't back down. He shone like the sunrise, holding a bright sword and a strong shield. The fight started with a thunderous roar. Fire and lightning crashed everywhere. The shiny streets of heaven shook, and the sparkly rivers bubbled. Michael and Lucifer fought in the sky, their swords making loud crashes. It was like a huge storm. Angels who loved the throne helped Michael. They sang brave songs to keep everyone strong. Some made shields out of starlight. Others flew fast like shooting stars. Lucifer's angels fought hard, swinging their fiery swords. They thought they'd win because they were proud. Heaven, which used to be so calm, was now loud and wild. The fight was fierce, but Michael's righteous angels didn't give up. They knew they were fighting for love and kindness. The stars shook, and the sky sparkled with flashes. It was the first time heaven ever saw a fight, and it changed everything. Everyone learned that peace is special, but pride can break it if you're not careful. The battle got even bigger. Beautiful palaces fell down, and gardens got burned. The sparkly rivers turned dark. Angels who followed Lucifer thought they were winning. They threw fire and made big holes in heaven's glorious streets. But Michael's team kept fighting. They loved heaven and wanted to protect it. Other angels helped too. Raphael sent light to fix broken wings. Uriel shared smart ideas to keep everyone brave. Michael shouted, "Don't forget who you are." His words made the righteous angels feel strong again. They remembered they were fighting for love, not pride. Even though things looked bad, they didn't give up. Deep inside, they held onto a tiny bit of hope, like a little light in the dark. Lucifer's angels were loud and strong, but their hearts were full of pride, not love. The righteous angels worked together, and their songs started to sound beautiful again. Heaven was hurt, but it wasn't broken. The fight was hard, but Michael's angels knew they had to keep going. They believed kindness would win in the end. At the worst moment, Michael flew higher than ever. His sword glowed like a star, and lightning sparkled around him. He shouted, "Pride tricks you, but love shows the way." His voice was so clear it echoed everywhere. Even Lucifer stopped, his dragon wings flapping in the smoky sky. Michael looked at him and said, "You were loved, but you chose to be prideful." Lucifer was furious and shot fire from his mouth, but Michael dodged it like a true champion. His sword cut through the flames. Another angel, Gabriel, played a loud trumpet song. It was a sound like none other and full of hope. The righteous angels heard it and flew faster. They worked together and knew that love would prevail. Their wings glowed, knowing that if God before them, who can be against them? Lucifer's angels started to get worried. Their shouts weren't as loud anymore. They saw Michael wasn't fighting to be a god. He was fighting for what was right. That made him stronger. Heaven got quiet, waiting to see what would happen next. The righteous angels felt hope growing, like a warm light inside them. Michael and Lucifer had one last fight. Michael's sword shone bright. Lucifer's dragon claws were sharp, but Michael was faster. He blocked Lucifer's attack and swung his sword with a big flash, brighter than the sun. Lucifer screamed, his wings breaking. A huge hole opened under him. It was dark and full of darkness. Lucifer fell, and his whole army fell with him. They dropped through the sky, past stars, into a lonely place called Hell. It wasn't just fire. It was a place without love. Michael won, but he wasn't happy. He cried because so many angels were gone. Heaven's gates closed, and everything got quiet. The shiny streets were in need of repair, and the songs were soft and sad. Michael put his sword down, tears on his face. He loved Lucifer like a brother, but pride made him fall. The righteous angels stood together, feeling sad but strong. They knew they'd protected heaven, but it hurt to lose so many angels. The fight was over, and heaven was safe, but it would never be the same. Heaven started to heal. The broken palaces got fixed, and the rivers sparkled again. Flowers grew back in the gardens, but the songs sounded a little sad. Some angels were missing, and that made everyone think. The throne looked at a new planet called Earth. It was small and blue, with oceans and land waiting for life. Earth would be a place where people could choose to be kind or selfish. The righteous angels promised to watch over it, like invisible helpers. Far away in the dark place, Lucifer was furious and hated God and his creations. He couldn't rule heaven, so he wanted to make trouble on Earth, tempting the people of Earth and seeking who he may devour. He whispered sneaky ideas, like planting weeds in a garden. The stars shook a little, knowing a new story was starting. Michael stood at heaven's gates watching Earth. He said, "We'll help people choose love." The fight in heaven was over, but a new adventure was beginning. People on Earth would have their own choices to make, just like the angels did. Heaven sings again, but the songs are wiser now. They remember the big fight. Lucifer was the most beautiful and talented angel in heaven, but he fell because he thought he was better than everyone. He wanted to be a god, not serve God. Michael was different. He fought for love and kindness, not for power. That's why he won. This story teaches us something big. Pride makes you fall, but kindness lifts everyone up. When you share with friends, tell the truth, or help someone, you're like Michael. You make the world brighter. But when you think you're better than others, it's like Lucifer's mistake, it pulls you down. Every day you get to choose, be proud or be kind. The story says kindness is stronger. It's like a candle that lights up the dark. Heaven still has a little scar from Lucifer's pride, but it also has a big light from Michael's love. That light can shine in you too, when you choose to serve God. Every story has a lesson, like a treasure you find. This one's about pride and kindness. Lucifer was the brightest angel, but he fell because he thought he was better than everyone. He said, "I don't need anyone. I should be first." That was pride, and it made him lose everything. Michael was strong because he cared about others. He fought to protect, not to be a god. That's called humility, and it's real power. You can be like Michael every day. When you help a friend, share your toys, or say sorry, you're choosing kindness. That makes everyone happy. But when you brag or push others down, it's like Lucifer's pride and it causes trouble. The story says choose love, not selfishness. It's like picking a sunny day over a stormy one. You can make the world better by being kind, honest, and helpful. That's the treasure. Humility lifts you up, and its light never goes out. Be a hero like Michael, and you'll shine forever. If you like this type of content, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. God bless.